Yeah. Excellent. Cool. All right, should we do it?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Hope the fam are good. We've got some catching up to do, haven't we?
Yeah.
Serial catching up. So
Yeah.
I think the last time you saw us, we were sunning our perfectly sculpted physiques on a nice tropical island beach in Fiji. We're no longer there. So we got on a plane and flew to New Zealand, which I think is where we last left you. And that was about 3 months ago.
About 3 months ago now.
About 3 months ago. No, we haven't died. Those of you that have spoken to us know we haven't died. Those of you that haven't spoken to us, we're not dead. We're just not. We're still alive. So, do you wanna kick things off, bud?
We arrived in Auckland on 12th of November, which is a sick time because that was the beginning of their kind of summer.
Full of dreams.
Excellent.
We were full of dreams.
We had no plan at all. We ended up being in Auckland for about 2 weeks.
What?
Partly because we got really sick.
So sick. Both ends. Constantly.
And I had like a flu-y cold. It was bad. It was savage.
I had a panic attack on the plane as well, so that was cool.
More excitingly though, we bought a van.
This is where we are sat currently.
Which is now our home. So that is why we were in Auckland for 2 weeks.
Yeah, got ill, bought a van. So that's happened. We bought the van and it's delightful. Hasn't got a name yet, so anyone out there wants to help name this one. So we picked up the van and headed straight up north to an area called the Northlands. It's weird because when you're from England, you go up north. North is like Scotland, whereas north up here, it gets more tropical. So we headed up north and that was cool. It was weird though, didn't it? Because it felt quite English. Like to come in from America and coming from Fiji, hitting New Zealand, we had heard that it was obviously, you know, in some degree quite English or British. But it's really, up that end, we were like driving along, we were like, this just feels like Cornwall. But saying that, it was unbelievable. Like the Northlands, the beaches.
Crystal clear blue water in the sea, white sand beaches. Yeah, it was a really nice surprise because I did not expect.
Northland was full of lovely beaches. We went right up to the tippy top, Cape Reinga, which was amazing. And then we headed back down, played on some sand dunes. And then that was the Northland done. So we spent a week up there. By the way, there will be videos coming of all this. We filmed everything. We just getting to New Zealand and sort of like getting the lay of the land
Settling
has
in.
sort of taken a little while in a good way. So after Northlands, we then made our way slightly east to the Coromandel, another north bit of the North Island, more north. And we headed to the Coromandel, which was lovely. We went to a nice spa retreat.
Did a spa.
Oh, that was actually amazing. We just lazed all day.
Oh, it was great.
You like driving to this weird housing estate and then you're just in these insane like tropical paradise spas. Anyway,
we'll show you that.
Did that, went for some lovely beach walks.
Yeah, we did a gorge walk, we did Cathedral Cove walk.
Yeah. Again, all this coming in videos, so we're not going to show you too much.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then after Coromandel, we actually got accepted for a Housesit, which was down in New Plymouth, which is kind of midway on the west coast, kind of halfway down the North Island of New Zealand.
We actually got invited to the Housesit, which was really nice. I saw your profile and we need a Housesit.
So you guys look like cool, fun cats. Do you want to come look after our pug? So then we left Coromandel, we went to Lake Taupo. That was awesome. They've got a McDonald's with a plane.
Your ultimate fantasy, right?
I love planes when they're on the ground.
Yeah, you got to eat McDonald's in a plane that wasn't flying.
Big time fat boy dream. Oh, swum in some insane blue waters.
Yeah,
There's
we did.
so again, we've been freedom camping, same as we did in America. There was one in Taupo. Oh my God, we'll link it. But like, it is next to the bluest water. It basically comes off all the thermals.
Because that counts as a shower when you live like this.
Yeah. We smacked some golf balls into the lake. That's cool. That's a fun thing to do. Then we hit New Plymouth. Stayed in New Plymouth. Met Benji the pug.
New Plymouth.
This, honestly, check out this doggo.
Dry your eyes, mate. I know you want to make her see how much the pain hurts.
Benji the pug, absolute dream, right? Best little mate for 3.5 weeks.
Excellent.
That thing couldn't breathe, could barely walk, but just so
Full of beans.
full of the spirit of life.
Yeah, really.
Learned a lot from Benji, I
Tiny
did.
Tim, eh? That, you know, despite your fitness level, you can still get out there and enjoy life.
I can. So New Plymouth was cool, right? New Plymouth, we didn't intend to be there. We just were there part
Not
of the
somewhere we
Housesit.
would have gone, probably.
No, but it meant, because it basically was over Christmas and New Year. So it meant that we could hunker down for Christmas and New Year.
Cooked a Christmas dinner. We're just odd doing Christmas and cooking a roast. We still did a roast in summer.
Very strange. So then we spent 3.5 weeks in New Plymouth where we walked up volcanoes. There's a massive volcano. We were staying right at the base of it
We had
called
a
Mount
really
Taranaki.
good view, yeah.
That was sick. We did a little walk up there. Didn't make it all the way up because I'm made of dough. And
We're just disorganised.
I'll melt
as
in the
well.
sun. Went to loads of cool coffee shops in New Plymouth, bars. New Plymouth is a vibe. Like, if you come to New Zealand and you're that way, I'd highly recommend popping into New Plymouth. It's
Really
got
nice.
it's a real cool vibe and everyone's really friendly there. But after New Plymouth, we were like, right, let's get down south. And then we got another offer, but this time it was for a job. Those of you who don't know, me and Leanne are here on 3-year working visas. Because we're almost 36 now, there are only a few countries left that allow you to participate in working holiday visas. And very lovely, they've managed to extend the age for British citizens up to 35 inclusive. So as long as you apply for a working holiday visa before you're 36, you'll get it.
Because that is literally why we are even here in New Zealand. Like, we've always talked about wanting to come to New Zealand anyway, to just visit and travel it. But we ended up here because of them opening up the age for the visa.
Because we're getting old and decrepit. A lot of the world wants you to not be there because they're like, you're just going to be in an old people's home. You're just going to break your hip and fall over, and we're going to have to sort you out. So New Zealand's cool on that front. So we got a job. And the way this came about is that we saw an advert for was looking for a nice, lovely couple to come and look after some friendly, lovely, adorable bees. So we went and worked on a bee farm.
Yeah.
Which we had no idea what that was going to be like. We
had absolutely no idea. We literally got the job a week before we started it, like even applied for it. So like we're just joined a Facebook group that was like backpacker jobs, right?
Yeah. We're on a few.
There's loads of them. But yeah, just saw it and we were like, sent a message. Didn't really think anything was going to come of it, but we were like, well, put your name in the hat. And then, messaged us back and offered us a job. A
lot of the jobs out here tend to be like fruit picking. So most of the stuff out here for backpackers is quite seasonal anyway. So there's like a lot of hospitality. A lot of it's fruit picking, which ironically we thought, fruit picking would be rubbish. Don't want to do fruit picking. Let's go and look after some bees. First day we turned up, Cohen, the lovely owner of Ayres Apiaries, shout out to that whole family because they are insane. They looked after us, made sure we didn't die. First day he was like, first day he was like, what do you guys know about bees? We were like, nothing. He was like, good. Good. Because I think if we had have known, we probably would have just run away. But now on the flip side, one of the best experiences we've ever done.
Oh, it was so good.
We were basically part of the honey harvest. So we went to a farm where we lived for a month. It was only meant to be 3 weeks. We got asked to stay on because we're so good. We're so hench. Yeah. Those beehives, man. How heavy are they?
Oh, they're so heavy. They're like between 20 to 35 kilograms.
35 kilograms, I'd say.
Each box.
I think it was like over 100 tons.
Oh yeah, it was like
maybe even nearly 200 tons it was in 4 weeks.
Verging on 200 tons of honey.
Anyway, we're not going to moan. Bank accounts are full. My inner soul is depleted. Moving on from the bee stuff. Then we were like, okay, we finished bee job now. Bank accounts are a bit more full. Let's go down south again. But towards the end of the bee job, Luke and Leanne decided to do one more thing, which is apply for Canadian work visas. We've literally only just got to New Zealand. We were like, let's apply for Canada. That'll be fun. But again, just to let you know, because it runs out when we're 36, we're both 36 in like 2 months. So we were like, let's jump on it and see if we get Canada. Canada works a bit different. Your name goes into a pool. You get picked out of the pool. We'll explain it all. Like if you guys want to know, drop us a comment or an Insta comment or whatever, and we'll like explain how this stuff works. It's quite confusing, but it's also not too bad. So we both waited for like 2 weeks and we both got our names pulled out of the pool. So me and Leanne now are almost proud owners of we think it's a 2-year, might only be a year, but we can extend it for a year, Canadian work visa. Yeah. So the loose plan now is that we'll stay in New Zealand for the next year or so, and then we'll head to Canada for maybe a year or two. And we'll see how that goes. Again, you guys know, we'll just bring you along for the ride. We don't know what we're doing. So we went back up to Auckland. Yeah. So when we finished the bee job, we had to go back north to Auckland, which was annoying because we had just finished there. But it managed to time in with
Red Bull Soapbox race.
And we've wanted to go to that for years. Like, if you guys have seen Red Bull soapbox races, they're so much fun. So
I don't think you explained, we had to go back up to Canada to do biometrics for our Canada visa. That's why. That's that link.
So we had to give fingerprints, and they had to smell my breath, and they had to look at my left nipple and
get a finger up there.
Or down there. And we're all good. So we did that. Took all of about 20 minutes. Watched Red Bull soapbox racing.
Yeah.
Insane. Yet again, we've got videos coming on this, so
really
we will fill you all in. This
Really
is just a brief catch up with you all to say we're still alive.
Yeah.
So we finished that. So we finished that last weekend. We did our
Just did a weekend
biometrics,
in Auckland.
and then we booted it straight down to where we are now, which is in Wellington, which is at the very bottom of the North Island, and we're finally, as long as nothing else comes along, we're finally going over to the South Island tomorrow. So we've got a ferry booked for 1:30 tomorrow, and we are going to the South Island, finally.
Hopefully I don't vom too much on the ferry.
Probably going to bomb. So we're in Wellington now, and we've just spent the last almost 3 days shooting our very first, or what will be our very first New Zealand video for all of you.
First release.
Our first release, dropping it hot off the press. So we've just finished up filming our Wellington video, and that should drop next week. You'll see this video, and it will be very swiftly followed by our first New Zealand video.
We thought we would just do a little catch up so things make sense.
I hope this wasn't too waffly, but we've now let you all know what we've been up to and what we plan to get up to in the future. We're going to carry on getting more jobs, or we're going to try to. We're going to carry on trying to make our little pot of money last as long as it will last. So we'll just make this work until the wheels fall off, and that is it.
Yeah.
We love you all. Have you got anything else to add?
Oh, I don't think so.
All right.
That's it, really.
Well, from ours to yours, good morning, good evening, good night. We are now going to finish our coffees, and I don't know what we're going to do today. Probably just hatch some plans for the south, because that's where we're going tomorrow.
Well, I've got a pole class today. Very excited about.
Nice. Get to shake that booty. Yeah. Cheers all. Lots of love, and we will see you next week for our Wellington video. Please watch it. Otherwise, we're doing this for nothing.
Love to the famos.
Love all. Bye.
Why did I do this?